What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video I'm going to show you guys how to make crazy futuristic kind of melodies, just super synthy, digital, outer space kind of vibes, like a dark kind of virtual feel. And as always, before we get started, go follow me on social media at inquires, tap in with me. But let's lock in. Bro, Voss needs to sponsor me. Whoever got that Voss Connect, let me know. I'm trying to put them on, no cap. All right, let me play you guys a quick snip so you guys get the idea. So I call this a very digital melody just because, it has a lot of synths and it just sounds like you're floating through space. But it's not a traditional virtual melody because, it's not happy. It's more like a dystopian futuristic, it's very dark. So the first thing that I started with is this organ, and the sound is from Toxic Biohazard. It's like a stock FL plugin. I've been telling you guys, lately I've been rocking with some FL plugins just because I be bored. But as you can see, the pattern that I started with looks really complicated. So I just basically play like a G minor chord at the bottom. And then on the top, as you can see, I did this little run. And since it's like using an organ and it's playing a really fast pattern, I kind of, this part kind of reminded me of the Interstellar soundtrack. So I think that's where I got the space vibe from. That melody felt like all over the place, so I just applied halftime just to slow it down. And this is what it sounds like after. It's a really weird melody just because it's like dark but also feels like outer spacey. So then next I added this layer from Diva called Pattern Gramophone, and I made the top melody really weird, also a lot of dissonant notes. So I played like this and then I played a different interval. So both of those are really dissonant, so it goes like this. There's a lot of clashing notes which kind of adds to that uneasy feeling of like kind of floating through space, wandering around. Alright, so basically now I have the main section of the melody, so I just decided to add another section, more of like a calm section that kind of resolves because there's a lot of tension in this section. So I wanted the next section just to kind of feel more free. So I added this lead, and it's actually from Citrus. I actually like Citrus a lot. It's nice for a lot of like these texture melodies. So this lead part feels like, you're floating through space, but then a UFO comes and grabs you and takes you in, It's always nice to have two different sections that are kind of really different from each other because listeners always appreciate that when a melody just changes a lot. That's pretty much the three main layers of the melody, but then I thought it was feeling empty, so I added a bunch of texture layers, which are really important if you want to have like that cool atmospheric feel. So the first thing that I added is this cricket pad, which sounds like this. With the rest of the instruments, it adds a lot of texture. And the VST I use for this is Autogun, which is kind of like a trash plugin from FL, classic. But once I put that enviro sauce on it, anything sounds hard, no cap. So then the next texture layer is my favorite. It's these like droplets. It's almost like a drum fill, like. That's hard. So then the last texture layer that I added is this downlifter. A downlifter is basically like a riser but going down, and they abuse this in trance and electronic music. So yeah, this is what it sounds like. And with everything else, this is what it sounds like. This section is really cool because, as you can see, I chopped up a lot of the patterns, and then I also made them kind of fade out, just kind of fit it together as a puzzle. You know, you don't want everything to come in at the same time, more like just come and go, you know. Also, a quick thing about all these texture layers is like, it has to be super subtle, otherwise it's going to be way too much. Both my downlifter layer and my droplets layer are panned out, you know, stereo separated, just so it puts it more in the background, and then also lots of reverb. I really like to use wider on a lot of these texture elements just because it really puts it in the background. It makes it sound really stereo separated. And you know, as you can see, the rest of it just comes down to arrangement and automation just to kind of make it more sauced up. And you know, I use automation clips all the time to kind of make stuff transform. So if you guys want a separate video on how to juice up your melodies with automation clips, you know, get this video to like 100 likes. I'll make sure to drop it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. You know, if you guys enjoyed it, make sure to give it a like, comment below what you thought of it, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.